God squeezes but doesn't strangle. It's like being in a Spanish summer. You'll sweat it out, but you'll survive, just in time for a refreshing sangria. A cat in gloves catches no mice. Yes, you need to roll up those sleeves and get to work, because you can't make paella without getting your hands dirty. If you see your neighbor's beard being shaved, put yours to soak. Because in Spain, we know that if trouble is brewing, it's always better to prepare, just like always keeping a bottle of olive oil on hand. The devil knows more from being old than from being the devil. Sounds like something your abuelo would say while raising an eyebrow, and trust me, he's been around long enough to prove it. Getting up early won't make the sun rise sooner. True, but getting up early means you'll snag the best seat at the cafe for churros and chocolate before everyone else wakes up. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Oh well, and in Spain, where there's fire, there's probably a good barbecue or a bonfire at a festival. You might want to check it out. Better late than never, especially when you're fashionably late to a fiesta. Just make sure you bring a good bottle of Rioja to make up for it. No evil lasts 100 years, nor a body that can endure it. Even a Spanish heat wave ends eventually, and when it does, there's a cool evening breeze and cold cerveza waiting. You are the master of your silence and a slave to your words. So choose wisely, because once those words escape, they have a way of running faster than a bull in Pamplona. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today, unless it's a siesta, in which case manana might actually be just fine. Bad beginnings lead to bad endings. Like starting a paella without the right rice, it's bound to end in disaster. Everyone is a bit of a musician, poet, and madman. Spend 5 minutes in a Spanish plaza, and you'll see it's absolutely true, especially when the guitar comes out. A word to the wise is enough, but for the not-so-wise, it might take a good story over tapas and a glass of wine to get the message across. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. So choose wisely, because a good friend will bring wine, but a great friend will bring tapas to go with it. Better to be the head of a mouse than the tail of a lion. After all, the head gets to call the shots, even if it's only deciding where to nibble next. It's never too late to learn. Whether it's picking up Spanish guitar or finally figuring out how to perfect tortilla de patatas, there's always time. The blacksmith's house always has wooden knives. Even the finest tailor might have a shirt with missing buttons at home. Nobody is perfect. To each their own. Whether you prefer sangria or tinto de verano, there's no wrong choice as long as you enjoy it. The early riser is helped by God. But let's be honest, in Spain, even God might enjoy a siesta now and then. He who talks too much makes mistakes. Sometimes it's better to keep quiet. After all, you can't put spilled gazpacho back in the bowl. Unity is strength. Like a Spanish guitar, each string has its role, but together they create a harmony that moves the soul. Like father, like son. If the father loves football, you can bet the son will be shouting, "Gol!" just as loudly. A friend is a treasure, and like Spanish wine, the older the friendship, the richer it becomes. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. But in a Spanish fiesta, it's the one with the best dance moves who steals the show. When the river is turbulent, fishermen profit. Chaos creates opportunity. Just ask any vendor at a bustling Spanish market who thrives on the crowd's energy. Stick to what you know. If your specialty is paella, don't try to conquer croissants. Leave that to the French. Make the best of a bad situation. If your flamenco shoes are too tight, just clap along with the music instead. There's always a way to keep the rhythm. Time heals all wounds. Yes, even the sting of losing a football match fades, until the next one, of course. All bread, bread, and wine, wine. And in Spain, both should be served fresh and paired perfectly. Honesty is the spice of life. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So true, especially if that bird happens to be cooked and served with a side of roasted potatoes. Why risk it? Patience is the mother of all sciences, and also of good sangria. Let it sit long enough, and the flavors will reward you tenfold. A barking dog seldom bites, so don't worry too much about that loud neighbor. Just enjoy a good book or pour yourself a glass of wine to drown out the noise. Every cloud has a silver lining. Sometimes the rain means a canceled siesta, but hey, the fields will be greener for next year's harvest. A tree that grows crooked will never straighten, but it might make for some very interesting shade on a hot Spanish afternoon, so don't discount it just yet. Jack of all trades, master of none. But hey, in a tapas bar, variety is everything. Why settle for one dish when you can sample a little of everything? Waiting is exasperating, especially when you're waiting for the paella to cook. Patience may be a virtue, but hunger is unforgiving. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, especially if it comes with a saddle. Just ride it straight to the nearest fiesta and enjoy. Every sheep finds its mate. If not, it'll at least find the flock, and in Spain, there's always room for one more in the herd. Nothing worthwhile comes without effort. It's like tending a vineyard. It takes time, care, and just the right conditions to produce a great bottle of wine. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Just like making it through a tough hike in the Spanish countryside. Your legs may ache, but the view is worth it. Don't drink water you won't use. In other words, don't waste a drop, especially in the dry Spanish countryside where every sip is precious. Where the captain commands, the sailor doesn't rule. Because on a ship, just like at a table, there's always one person who pours the first glass of wine. You reap what you sow. Plant olives, you'll get oil. Plant good deeds, and maybe someone will save you the best seat at the flamenco show. Half a loaf is better than none, especially when that half loaf comes with a drizzle of olive oil and a slice of jamin. Better safe than sorry. It's like bringing an umbrella to a Spanish festival. It might not rain, but at least you're ready for anything. Little by little, one goes far. Just like walking the Camino de Santiago. It's not about speed, but the journey and maybe a few Café con Leche breaks along the way. Out of sight, out of mind. Which is why every Spanish abuela makes sure her photo is on the mantle just in case you forget to call. One nail drives out another, like when you replace one bad habit with another. At least make sure the second one involves dancing. Everyone talks about the fair as they experience it. For some, it's the fireworks. For others, it's the music and laughter. Either way, every feria has a story. Silence gives consent, except when you're at a Spanish dinner. Silence just means you're too busy enjoying the food to argue. All that glitters is not gold. It could just be the reflection of sunlight on the sea, but that doesn't make it any less beautiful. Build a golden bridge for a fleeing enemy, because in Spain, even when parting ways, style and grace are non-negotiable. The habit doesn't make the monk. Wearing the robes doesn't make you the respected spiritual leader. It's the heart, not the outfit, that counts. You don't know what you have until it's gone. Like the last piece of manchego cheese, you miss it the second it's gone from the table. Silence is golden, and in Spain, golden moments of silence often follow a truly satisfying meal. The worst battle is the one not fought. Even in football, it's better to lose on the pitch than never show up for the game. The early bird catches the worm, and the early shopper grabs the freshest produce at the morning market. The shrimp that falls asleep gets carried away by the current. Stay alert. Life moves fast, and you don't want to end up far from the fiesta. All's fair in love and war. Though in Spain, love often wins with poetry, laughter, and a perfectly timed toast over wine. Ignore foolish words, because it's better to save your energy for important things, like deciding between jamin or chorizo at the market. Better to be poor than badly accompanied. After all, a meal of bread and olive oil is a feast if shared with the right company. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was the Alhambra. Good things take time, but they're always worth the wait. Skill is better than strength. Just like making a perfect tortilla de patatas, it's not about brute force, but the finesse of flipping it just right. There's no worse blind person than one who doesn't want to see. It's like missing the sunset on the coast because you refuse to turn your head. The beauty is there, waiting. Actions speak louder than words, especially in Spain, where a plate of tapas delivered to your table says more than 1,000 compliments. What starts well ends well. Start your day with a stroll through a lively market, and you'll carry that energy with you all day long. Where there was fire, ashes remain. Passion doesn't die out completely. It lingers, just like the aroma of a wood-fired oven after a feast. Raise ravens, and they'll pluck out your eyes. Be careful what you nurture. Not every cute little chick turns into a friendly hen. Put on a brave face in bad weather. After all, even the fiercest storm eventually gives way to sunshine. In Spain, that's just an excuse for a good siesta indoors. Greed bursts the sack. Much like overloading your plate at a tapas bar, it's better to take just enough and savor it. Do good without looking at whom. Kindness is like sharing your last olive. You don't ask who needs it, you just offer it. Better the bad you know than the good you don't. At least you know how to handle what's familiar, like navigating the quirks of your favorite old Spanish cafe. The air is humid. Even the best chefs burn the paella sometimes. It's what you do next that matters. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. It's like learning to dance flamenco. You'll look awkward at first, but the rewards are in the rhythm. Asking well is a form of giving. A polite request, like asking for the best local wine, shows respect and brings out the best in others. A prepared person is worth two. Like a Spaniard with a bottle of olive oil in their pantry, you're ready for any culinary emergency. He who perseveres achieves. Just like planting a vineyard with enough patience, you'll end up with a fine vintage to savor. If you made it this far, thank you for being awesome. Remember to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more awesome videos. See you in the next video.